I'm going to be talking about some hot topic issues as it relates to the misconduct of educators and administrators, and also taking a deep dive into the Alabama Educator Code of Ethics. My name is Terry Dokes. This is Virtual Leadership 564 Ethics and Law with Dr. William A. Kaiser. According to the Alabama State Department of Education, the primary goal of every educator in the state must at all times be to provide an environment in which all students can learn. Educators must value the worth and dignity of every person, must have a devotion to excellence in all matters, and must actively support the pursuit of knowledge, and must fully participate in the nurturance of a democratic citizenry. Well, over the last 20 years or so, educator misconduct is at an all-time high, encompassing issues such as sexual misconduct with teachers and students, social networking misconduct, and cheating. These behaviors are present not only among teachers in the classroom, but as well as all school personnel. So first, I want to start off with sexual misconduct among teachers. Sexual misconduct among teachers and students has garnered a lot of attention in the media here lately. Um, it is suggested, or it's estimated, that about 10% of students will experience educator sexual misconduct, by the time they graduate high school, which is kind of sad. Nearly 350 educators were arrested in 2022 alone on child sex related crimes in the United States, averaging to almost an arrest every day on crimes ranging from grooming to child pornography to even raping of students. The state of Alabama in 2012 adopted and passed Code 13A-6-81 and 82, which established that educator sexual misconduct would be or is a class A felony, which could result in jail time from 2 to 20 years, a fine of up to $30,000, and of course, the loss of your teacher licensing. Another hot topic, educator misconduct, is social networking. Starting out, number one rule applies: when in doubt, don't do it. It seems as if there's a new advancement in communication every other day. Wake up, there's something new. This advancement gives both teachers and students better and easier ways to communicate and to stay in touch. Yet it also creates a fine line to walk as it relates to student privacy and maintaining appropriate teacher-student, teacher-parent relationship. So, what are some things educators can do to kind of walk that fine line as it relates to social networking and leading to misconduct? Number one, follow all your school district policies. When in doubt, refer back to them. Don't have a copy, ask your administrator to get you a copy, hands on copy. Number two, avoid following students on social media platforms. It's so easy. Send that friend request. Oh, I want to friend little Bobby. I just love little Bobby's family. But you're riding a fine line. Avoid sharing personal and private information. Number four, avoid liking and retweeting. Man, you can get caught up in some rather raunchy assumptions about what you like and what you retweet. Parents can go left when you are going right with your liking and your retweeting. And the same goes for number five, keeping personal opinion topics for face-to-face conversations. If you feel strongly about something and that's your opinion, let that be your opinion, and have that conversation face-to-face with whoever you would like to share it to or share it with. Because when you put that out there on social media, the social media platform, just like liking and retweeting, that can go left real quick. and your character can come into question, which of course is going to affect how you're viewed as an educator as well. Last but not least, we want to talk about cheating as a misconduct among educators. Well, we all know that high stakes testing is very important within the education system. Over the last decade or more, there has been an increase in incentives and an increase in funding opportunities, and all of these things that come along with showing student achievement within your district and not showing student achievement in your district. High stakes testing has an implication in both state, local, and national or country as well. We've for so long been told to not teach to the test, not teach the test. So I think a lot of teachers are comfortable with that. They know what that means. However, some have figured out a way, well, I'm going to get around that. I'm going to fudge the scores a little bit. I'm going to tap little Johnny's computer and point at the correct choices, or just some examples. In 2014 alone, in the state of Georgia, they were hit with a huge cheating misconduct scandal that included administrators, teachers, testing coordinators, principals were all charged with having cheated, lied, stole, as a part of this widespread cheating conspiracy to inflate the test scores within their school system. Some of these individuals have already gone on to be prosecuted and are serving time or having to deal with consequences, lost their licensing to be able to teach in the state of Georgia. And be honest, who's going to want to hire you after you've gone through all of that misconduct? According to the Alabama Educator Code of Ethics, an educator should comply with state and federal laws and local school board policies relating to the confidentiality of student and personal records, standardized testing materials, and other information covered by the confidentiality agreement. And this includes maintaining diligently the security of standardized test supplies and resources. Adhere to those guidelines and maintain those standards. You could lose your license over just the smallest of things. The recent set of testing that we've done in the state of Alabama was, our most recent was the ACAP. The first thing we had as a meeting was, don't lose your license. It's not worth losing your license. Follow procedure. It's a big thing and a big deal within, I know, my school district. So what can you do as an educator to protect yourself? Well, the top one is to always refer to your Alabama Code of Ethics, Educator Code of Ethics. Two, I would always refer back to my local school district's policy. Three, I need a quick answer. I need a first sure answer. I'm going to go to my administrator. I'm going to go to me, a veteran teacher who might have more knowledge than I do about this particular area that I'm concerned about. And I want to make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing as an educator. The Alabama Educator Code of Ethics can be found on alabamachiefs.org. And I've linked, I put a link in there to get you to that page to pull that up. I have a hard copy. So I've already put it in a binder. I've already labeled it and have it ready to go. You should be familiar with it. Any questions, most of your questions can be answered within the Alabama Code of Ethics, excuse me. And 9 times out of 10, your question can be answered just going back and reviewing your school district's policy and standards. The Code of Ethics lists 9 standards. 1 being professional conduct, 2 trustworthiness, 3 unlawful acts, 4 teacher-student relationships, 5 alcohol, drug, and tobacco use and possession, 6 public funds and property, 7 I always say this word wrong. Remunerative conduct. I got it that time. And 8, maintenance of confidentiality, and 9, abandonment of contract. All of the hot topic misconduct issues I've gone over, something about them and how to conduct yourself as an educator, code faculty, within the code of ethics. I do encourage all to be familiar with the Alabama Code of Ethics, to be familiar with our school district's policy, to be knowledgeable of our student code of conduct, our parent code of conduct, and that will help you a lot throughout your teaching career.